watching City County Sports, the Coach's Corner with John Edge, brought to you by Bobby Wilson Furniture, Penn Station East Coast Subs, Owensboro Catholic Schools, 54 Pizza Express, Legends, Trophy House, and Via Media.
Hi everybody, this is Rod Wilkerson with City County Sports. Today we're at Steele Stadium with the head coach of the Owensboro Catholic Aces, John Edge. John, you had a big hot game against Apollo Friday night. You won 49-14. What was your thoughts on the game?
I thought our kids were in pretty good shape. I think they did a great job, and we got better with the special teams. Something I was a little worried about after the Henderson scrimmage, and our kicker placed it where we wanted to place it on the kickoffs and everything. Offensively, I thought we did a really good job. Our offensive line did a little bit better pass protection, but our run blocking was a lot better. And then defensively, our tackling was a lot better, and we did some good things defensively. Overall, I'm pleased. Not necessarily we're exactly where we want to go yet, but the great thing is our kids know that, and they're ready to get better and play each week.
Well, it was really, really hot, probably one of the hottest Fridays I can remember. But you had so many players that had some multiple plays, big plays for your team. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, one of them comes, Shamari Morton, a couple of big plays with his, punt return and a really big reception. Noah McCormack was a big surprise for some people. I think we've been talking about that kid for a few months here, and he's been consistently getting better each week, and he had 2 touchdowns as well, and of course Holden Staples and Jonathan Gardner and somebody else I can't remember, but I think that's it. They had really good games, and and our kicker went 7-7 on extra points. You can't ask for anything else. Yeah, so absolutely perfect from there. And and defensively, Zach Haynes, he had a couple of picks and a couple of pass breakups, that prevented some possible first downs, and I thought he came on really big there for us defensively. And then of course Devereaux and John Mark, and then John Biven, who doesn't get called out a whole lot, and the reason why is he does a great job of keeping the linebackers free from getting blocked from the lineman. He takes on a lot of double team blocks, so John Bivens has really stepped up and become a big a good D line for us.
What was your thoughts on the heat? I'm sure you were concerned, but how did it affect your players?
We rotate a lot of kids. It affected a couple of kids, but and usually they're linemen. But we rotate a whole lot with our skill kids, and we were starting to rotate a lot with our linemen. So the main thing is you just watch and see how they're doing. That's why each position coach is in charge of rotating their personnel, and I think, Coach Douglas and Coach Pride did a great job of rotating players, because we have about 10 and 11 kids that play O-line and D-line. Yeah. So they just sit back, and what's great is that we sometimes run a 3-front or 4-front. So, people get rest, and it's just one of those things you got to monitor and just check it out and have a good rotation. And then, and then in the fourth quarter, you play your best.
Well, who was your Penn Station Player of the Week?
The team voted on Shamari Morton. He had a good game in his debut as an Owensboro Catholic Ace, and he had a punt return and of course a reception for a touchdown, and a couple of rushing yards as well. For us, and big threat, big play capability. Could have gone to several other people. Noah had a great game, and then of course Gardner and Holden had a good game as well. But that's who we voted on, and that's who's going to get it.
What were your concerns? Things you're going to work on? I know you're still early in the season, but what were some concerns?
We got a couple of linemen that we've got to really get better, and they will. And I think Ray, he still managed our ball game and did a great job making plays and hitting the receivers that were open for touchdowns. He's still got a little ways to go. But what's great about Ray is that he's willing to be coached, and and he's an athlete. He plays 3 sports. Our offensive line, I was really proud of. They got better, but they're they're going to keep working and do a lot better in their defensive line as well. We're small, but we're very feisty and salty. That we got those type of kids playing there, and they're fast and they get to the ball. Still got a lot of work to do. Still like to shore up some of the special team stuff, but overall, I was real pleased with the special teams too. Good.
Hear ye, to all who be gathered here, give voice and pay homage with the appropriate awe and adoration to King Bobby the First.
All hail the furniture king.
My royal supplicants, lend your ears to this royal decree. Only I, King Bobby, offers the biggest savings on quality furniture and accessories.
'Tis only King Bobby who bestows upon his tri-state subjects the lowest prices on bedroom suits, living room suits, and love seats. Bobby Wilson's Home Furnishings in Owensboro.
Year after year, our Philadelphia cheesesteak is voted best tasting sub all around America. Join us in celebrating this founding father of flavor, this titan of taste, the often imitated but never duplicated Penn Station Philadelphia cheesesteak. Visit Penn Station today.
Education beyond the expected, success beyond the dream.
For over 50 years, the Trophy House has been helping celebrate the times of your life with our unique selection of trophies, awards, and plaques. No matter what the occasion, the Trophy House has an award or trophy to remember that special event in your life. The Trophy House will personalize your gift with our state-of-the-art engraving process that allows us to make each award unique. And when you want that specialized giveaway product, All American Advertising Specialties can personalize everything from shirts to pins to calendars. The Trophy House, 511 Frederica.
At 54 Pizza Express, our pizzas and sandwiches and pastas are all made fresh daily just for you. Fresh vegetables, delectable meats, rich tangy tomato sauce, and tons of rich mozzarella cheese. Wholesome ingredients, all carefully selected for their quality and taste. Just think about the delicious flavors bursting in your mouth from a fresh hot pizza made by 54 Pizza Express. Call, come in, or order online.
54 Pizza Express.
Hi, I'm Duran Engineer, head coach of the Owensboro Catholic Lady Aces soccer team. This week's Lady Aces Legend Soccer Player of the Week is
Sarah Howman. Sarah scored 5 goals and had 6 assists during Week 1 action for the Lady Aces. Sarah scored 2 crucial goals against Bowling Green. This week's Legend Soccer Player of the Week is presented by Legends, outfitters of active people.
Hi, I'm Andy Dunnu, the head coach of the Owensboro Catholic Aces soccer team, and our Legend Soccer Player of the Week is
Judd McElroy. Judd played outstanding defense at left back against Davis County and offensively had 1 shot on goal for the Aces. This week's Legends Soccer Player of the Week is presented by Legends, outfitters of active people.
Well, we're back with Coach Edge. John, you got a big game against Davis County this week on Friday night at Davis County, Reed Stadium. Talk to us about your thoughts of that game.
They have some really good athletes, Chase LaCroix, and then they've got Spicing Kid. Easton Phelps plays DN for them. They got a lot of good weapons. They got a lot of weapons, especially offensively and defensively. They're pretty stout as well, and they're big, and they fly to the ball and they get to the ball. I think they did. They had some offensively. They had some chances to score against Owensboro. They dropped a couple of touchdown passes, and you never know. That score might have been different. It might not have been 39-7. It could have been 24-21. So there's a couple of things that they'll probably polish up, and you'll see a different Davis County team against us for sure. Marcus will do a good job coaching them up and playing. So it should be a good ball game. We're excited. I hope we come ready to go and play. And But as far as Davis County, they're a very good team. They're well coached, and they do they do a lot of great things. And I think again they polish up some things against Owensboro. It's a different score.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the keys for your team to win this game?
Well, as always, you got to control up front. We can't allow them to sack our quarterback, and we've got to do a great job. We got to do a better job too running the football. I think we have this past game, but we just can't have a Henderson County type of deal where we don't run the ball as much. So you've got to be able to run the football in a spread offense to keep people off balance.
You obviously can't do this job by yourself. You've got some great coaches here, a coaching staff that really is very experienced and talented. You want to talk about your coaching staff a little bit?
Yeah, the first one I want to talk about is Bill Bame, who is our manager. He has been an awesome resource that we've had for ever since Mike Lawson's been here. So, for 14 years, he's gotten stuff ready for practice, water and everything, and it's unbelievable. You don't have to worry about some things on game day that he takes care of, towels and everything. So I always want to put him up front because even our assistant coaches think they're very appreciative because when he's not here, it's everybody's got absolutely. So Bill Bame has always been a valuable resource for us. Of course. Starting with our offense, Clint Houck is our offensive coordinator. He also coaches quarterbacks. We've got Chip Pride, who is our O-line coach. Dave McGovern helps him out. Ryan Smith is our running back coach, and Matt DeVault is our wide receiver coach. All of them do a great job. Clint does a good job with his part of his staff, and they break down the film. They do a great job of correcting mistakes, which is important. On the defensive side, you got Coach Latham, who also coaches the safeties. I coach the corners, and then I also help out with him some. But for the most part, Lincoln makes adjustments, but we talk a little bit. And then you got Steve Arnold, who does our linebackers, and then Coach Douglas, who does a D-line, who does a great job as well. Coach Arnold also does our special teams, and what a great job he's done from the Henderson scrimmage to now. That's our coaching staff. They do a great job. They don't get paid a whole lot, but they love coaching football.
Well, the other part of the team is your 12th man, and you had a great crowd at Apollo, and I'm sure you're going to need another crowd to come back at Reed Stadium this week.
Absolutely. I think we got for our size, we have a great student section. It doesn't look big, but they're very rowdy, and they're intimidating as well as for some people. It's just they really enjoy the sports. And from our school, and not just football, but basketball, baseball, boys and girls soccer, and everything. They're always at those games, and they're very loud. And of course, the older fans, they showed up as well. And when things get going, they start getting going. But it all starts with our student section, and I think that's the big plus that we've got advantage.
Well, I hope they all show up at Reed Stadium. It's going to be a great game. I hope it's not as hot as it was this Friday. But we'll talk with you next week, okay?
Thanks, Rod.
All right, this has been the Coach's Corner with John Edge. We'll see you next week.
You've been watching City County Sports, the Coach's Corner with John Edge, brought to you by Bobby Wilson Furniture, Penn Station East Coast Subs, Owensboro Catholic Schools, 54 Pizza Express, Legend, Trophy House, and Via Media. If you would like to be a sponsor of the Coach's Corner and show your school colors, call Rod at 270-683-1094.
Education beyond the expected, success beyond the dream. I believe in achievement, belonging to a caring family, faith in education, Owensboro Catholic Schools.
Hi, I'm Duran Engineer, head coach of the Owensboro Catholic Lady Aces soccer team. This week's Lady Aces Legend Soccer Player of the Week is
Sarah Howman. Sarah scored 5 goals and had 6 assists during Week 1 action for the Lady Aces. Sarah scored 2 crucial goals against Bowling Green. This week's Legends Soccer Player of the Week is presented by Legends, outfitters of active people.
Hi, I'm Andy Dunnoo, the head coach of the Owensboro Catholic Aces soccer team, and our Legends Soccer Player of the Week is
Judd McElroy. Judd played outstanding defense at left back against Davis County and offensively had 1 shot on goal for the Aces. This week's Legends Soccer Player of the Week is presented by Legends, outfitters of active people.
Hear ye, to all who be gathered here, give voice and pay homage with the appropriate awe and adoration to King Bobby the First.
All hail the Furniture King.
My royal supplicants, lend your ears to this royal decree. Only I, King Bobby, offers the biggest savings on quality furniture and accessories.
'Tis only King Bobby who bestows upon his tri-state subjects the lowest prices on bedroom suits, living room suits, and love seats. Bobby Wilson's Home Furnishings in Owensboro.